The old wooden garage doors are splitting apart, flaking down gray in the San Francisco morning fog. Right next to the cactus, in a rusted out tin, sits the face of Monsignor, a priest who ran out of time. He told the soldados with the government guns to lay down their iron, look at what they had done. They stopped up his mouth on a cold chapel floor. Now he stares at the pavement on Balmy Lane, and the pain is still weeping, the Rio runs red. From the hills of Chalatenango to the Golden Gatehead, she's holding her baby in a cedar plank boat with 22 blocks of the mission to keep her afloat. Hay la sangre en la tierra, the grain doesn't lie. The right side of the wall is a pueblo on fire. Men in green helmets, the smoke rising higher. An innocent face, a house turned to ash, while the tech boys walk past with their badges and cash. They don't see the Sumpul that turned into blood. They don't smell the gunpowder mixed in the mud. But the wood holds the story of the neighborhood's cry. The story stays loud while the trucks rumble by, and the pain is still weeping, the Rio runs red. From the hills of Chalatenango to the Golden Gatehead, she's holding her baby in a cedar plank boat with 22 blocks of the mission to keep her afloat. Monsignor is watching the street corners change. The signs on the mercados are starting to look strange, but the mother is patient, her grip doesn't heal. An old plaster saint from a burning cornfield, still standing on Balmy, siempre aquí.
This weathered, wood-paneled garage facade stands in Balmy Alley, a one-block corridor between 24th and 25th Streets in the heart of the Mission District. In the late 1970s and 1980s, the Mission became the epicenter for a massive influx of Central American refugees fleeing brutal, U.S.-backed civil wars in El Salvador, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. Balmy Alley quickly transformed into a canvas of political resistance, most notably through the Placa Artist Collective formed in 1984 to protest human rights abuses and foreign intervention in Central America. On the far left, the prominent portrait honors Archbishop Óscar Romero of San Salvador. Romero was a tireless champion of the poor, famously using his radio-broadcasted sermons to denounce the Salvadoran military regime's violence and civilian disappearances. On the 23rd of March, 1980, he gave a sermon directly ordering soldiers to disobey commands that violated human rights. The very next day, on the 24th of March, 1980, he was assassinated by a right-wing death squad while celebrating Mass. To this Salvadoran diaspora that rebuild their lives in the Mission, Romero is a martyr, a saint, and a symbol of home. His gaze in the mural is steady and resolute, backed by text is scrawled in the colors of the Salvadoran flag. Reading from left to right, the mural tells a heartbreaking story of displacement. The left center panel, a Salvadoran mother sits in a rustic wooden boat holding her infant tightly. Behind her, a rural village nestled in the green hills of El Salvador is shown. This captures the painful moment of leaving everything behind a direct reflection of the thousands of families who fled the countryside to seek sanctuary in San Francisco. The right panel. The imagery shifts into the nightmare of the Civil War. The landscape turns a fiery orange and blood red. Soldiers with rifles stand over burning homes, while a ghostly, anguished face is consumed by flames. The river below runs thick and red, symbolizing the state-sponsored massacres, such as the Sumpul River Massacre that defined the conflict. The peeling, cracked wood of the structure holding the mural serves as a poignant metaphor. It represents the physical wear and tear of time, but also the fragility of the neighborhood's history. As the mission faces intense gentrification and displacement, these murals stand as stubborn, vital anchors, keeping the stories, struggles, and presence of the Latinx and Central American communities visible. The specific piece shown in this image is titled, "No One Should Obey an Unjust Law." It is a powerful 1996 acrylic work painted by the renowned local muralist Juana Alicia. Locally, the community often refers to it simply as the Oscar Romero Mural or the Archbishop Romero tribute on Balmy. The prominent text framing Romero's face reading, "Una ley inmoral nadie tiene que cumplirla," "No one has to comply with an immoral law," captures the exact words from the final historic sermon he gave the day before his assassination. Why you should visit Balmy Alley. Walking down Balmy Alley is not merely an outdoor art viewing. It is an intimate encounter with the living heartbeat, resilience, and political conscience of the Mission District. Tucked away between 24th and 25th Streets, this single block serves as a historic corridor where garage doors, fences, and brick walls transform into visual testaments of human rights struggles, anti-displacement battles, and rich cultural pride. To truly appreciate San Francisco beyond the standard tourist tracks, one must step onto this pavement. Here, the layered, weathering paint tells the raw stories of the diaspora who shaped the neighborhood, ensuring that their history, triumphs, and ongoing resistance remain beautifully and unapologetically visible.